to their investors. And the investors have title insurance already paid for by the bondholders. Now, on the other hand, a borrower owner is called a mortgagor. A mortgagor is a party who is a borrower, who gives a mortgage to the lender. A givor is a mortgagor. So again, the mortgagor, the borrower's policy, will be issued, if desired, for the full purchase price of the property. Because the buyer will not be able to transfer if the property is sold. The new owner should have a title search done and then purchase their own title insurance policy. Please be aware of terminology. A mortgage is a document that pledges property as collateral for a loan. And again, when you use legal terminology, not to be a lawyer, but just to be a real estate professional, if you see anything ending in a double E, it's a receiver. If you see something ending in an OR, it's a givor, right? Unless she receives a lease, a lessor gives a lease, right? A grantee receives a grantor gives a grant. The mortgage pledges the property, the mortgagee receives the mortgage, the borrower, the mortgagor, pledges the property, gives the mortgage. Keep that straight. By the way, borrower and lender are no longer used. Now you're going to hear mortgagor and mortgagee, know the difference between the two. Again, the mortgagor, borrower, may not transfer the title of insurance to other parties. Mortgagee can. So here's a matrix for you. Bam. Slide number is chapter 9. Number 6 explains who a borrower is, who a lender is. A borrower is a mortgagor. A lender is a mortgagee. Now again, as we get into our big highlight on page number 3, please pay attention to this because there can be a little more highlighting on this, which you should do with pen or pencil, not yellow or whatever color highlight. Transfer or conveying ownership from one party to another in law is called alienation of title. Alienation may be voluntary or involuntary. Title to real property can be acquired by any of the following methods. Now, again, you see number 1, 2, and 3, public grant, deed, and will. Next to those numbers, put the letter V for voluntary.
V.
Public grant, deed, and will. V as in Victor, or voluntary as in voluntary. V. Watch this. Voluntary. Got it? The first 3 put the letter, this letter, which sounds like a B but could be a V. 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 Voluntary. There are 3 types of voluntary alienation which we must understand. And to give you a little background of how the United States was grown. You know, the 13 states were mostly northern and eastern, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And there was wilderness every place else. Yep. Well, to grow the country, the U.S. government would take over properties either through acquisition or conquest and give them out to the public. And there are what are called public grants. A public grant is given by government to individuals to give them ownership rights and then expand our country. Free land was the basis of the growth of America. We did not have a middle class. There was either wealth or poverty. How did someone get wealthy? They needed to own land. Well, actually the crown of Britain, the Dutch, And old-time families owned all the land in the 13 states. There was only one way to get free land. Go through treacherous territory, and if you get to a place controlled by government, you stake your claim. Simple as that. That's our historical background. So in any way, to expand the country and create the most powerful military power and economic power in the world, free land was given by U.S. government to private individuals. And that was done through a public grant. Once the individual got to where the free land was, they staked their claim. There was a government patent office in the town, and the government patent office would record where the land was, and that would be a patent deed. So patent deeds were used, and still are today, when government gives or sells lands to individuals.
Would you say like a casino where it would be a public grant?
No, that was
No.
Native
No.
American.
Forget about casinos, you're getting too deep. You know, the legal casinos in Florida, in order to have a casino in Florida, you must have Native American ownership. And again,